Sip Siri, Sip Sanjay, Sip Anna, Sip Kabalji, Sip Sadanand, Sip Alak, Sip Laveen, Sip Siva, Sip Atmanand, Sip Siba, Sip Priya, Sip Deepatma, Sip Chitra, Sip Chotwani, Sip Samatma, Sip Das, Sip Rekha, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Bliko, Sip Saroja, Sip Shadow, Sip Yogini, Sip Ahem, Sip Sarla, Sip Bliss, Sip Sagar, Sip Shair, Sip Parathi, Sip Aim, Sip Anand, Sip Rajananda, Sip Premchand, Sip Manisha, Sip Anil, Sip Soham, Sip Chidanand, Sip Lalita, Sip Esru, Sip Ru Mataji. Welcome to the call. Interesting topic today. What is the topic? Have you prepared? It's about whose plan. Whose plan? God's plan is better or our plan? Whose plan is better? Have you even applied to your mind? Things are happening in our life, but whose plan is better? Sometimes some things happen and we wonder why this happened. Oh Prabhu, happened. Why this happened? So, should we accept God's plan gracefully, or should we think that our plan is better? We have already Ashok Chani, Aim and Shair. Sir.
Shaji.
Bolo.
Shaji, God's plan is the best plan.
Okay, explain to me.
Because it is He who has given us birth and He has planned for everyone good. It is God's will which is best for our plans. And our plan, whatever we plan, at that time we may be in the mind state, which will go totally wrong direction.
Why should it be in the mind state?
Sirji, we are not always conscious. We are not in consciousness.
Okay. So Ashok Nishani says straight away God's plan. Let me try to take this to a different level. Aim, will, Anna. I thought Shair was there. Bliss, Shair. Aim and Shair.
Good evening, Guruji. I think we should create our own plans and goals, but we should be open to the adjustment and new opportunities given. But I also feel the question is slightly wrong because it should be whose plan is better, our plan or the karma's plan? Because each moment we do something, it is related to a karma, right?
See how 15-year-old speaks. You're 15-year-old, no?
Yes.
15-year-old says question is wrong. Normally always will tell my question is wrong, but Will is late. Today you beat Will to it. And she says what is important is whether it is our plan or karma's plan. So aim is questioning the question. So now there are three plans. What is better? Our plan, God's plan, or karma plan? So now
if like these three are interconnected to each other, if we just rely on God's plan, we'll be like, okay, if I don't do anything, I'll rely on God. If God wants me to be like that, I'll be like that. But then if we create our own plans, it will always have one direction on what to work on, and then we can be on our
very good.
own.
You have shaken up everybody, but now we have to think deeper. We have shaken up. You have shaken up that question, which is very good. So now, what is important? Is it our plan, God's plan, karma plan, or something else?
Equally important. All three of them have one connection.
You are a very smart girl. You are not talking like 15-year-old. Sometimes even you are 1.5. Somebody 51 years also ulta cannot speak like you. But very good. Shair, let's see what. Wait, okay, just wait to see what others speak. Shair, bolo.
In any case, God's plan is the best plan. But without our efforts, it cannot be succeeded.
Now, Shair has brought the fourth aspect. You have brought the fourth aspect into the discussion. Is it our plan, God's plan, karma plan, or our effort?
क्योंकि किसी ने कहा मुद्दई लाख बुरा चाहे तो क्या होता है, वही
हाँ?
होता है जो मंजूर खुदा होता हो।
अरे ये तो बॉलीवुड में बोलते हैं यार, यही होता है तो मंजूर खुदा है। क्या खुदा बैठा है क्या ऊपर? खुदा ऊपर बैठ के
That
काइट काइट चला रहा है क्या खुदा?
that faith should be there. If
या
you
बट
believe,
व्हाट इज, see, faith should be there. Who said faith should not be there? But we are talking about plan. We are planning our life. Is our plan for our life better? God's plan is better. Karma plan better. And you said a very important point, our efforts. आपने बोला ना, अभी आपने बोला ना effort.
yeah.
शायद तो
But
अभी
without our
अभी आप
efforts,
बोलो,
nothing can
अभी
happen.
आपका शायरी अलग है, आपका आंसर अलग है। आपका आंसर बोलता है आवर एफर्ट, और आपका शायरी बोलता है मंजूर खुदा होता है। तो विच इज द राइट, व्हाट यू
No.
मेक अप
I
योर माइंड?
still, second one is correct because our efforts are very important. And if we are in consciousness always, then maybe what God wants, He will change the plans also for us.
थोड़ा ज्यादा सोचो, थोड़ा deeply think a little bit deeper. Will we are getting, it's somebody, when you get the question, it looks like such a silly question. Then the question becomes so deep. What is important? Our plan, God's plan, karma plan, our effort. Will.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, I think the question, obviously, I think it's not quite phrased right. It's a difficult question to answer this, and it's not a question that I find very helpful, partly because my plan might also be God's plan. To say my plan is, to say always my plan is not, maybe my plan is God's plan already. So
If your plan is of the mind, it's not God's plan. But if your plan is of the consciousness, then it's your plan.
then it's God's plan, you mean? Yeah.
God's
If
plan, yes. So now
conscious,
the question becomes a little bit more advanced.
that's
What
it.
is more important? The plan of my mind,
Yeah,
or the plan of my consciousness, or the
exactly.
plan of God, or the
Exactly.
plan of karma,
Yes.
or my actions?
Yes.
Now the questions become deeper, more deep.
Yeah, but then the next question is the mind always bad? Because if you're going to build a bridge, you better use your mind, because that's the best way to do it.
That's not the mind. That's not the mind. That's intellect.
And
Mind is
intellect.
always bad. Mind is always bad.
So if you want to build a bridge, so you have mind, intellect, and consciousness. So the question is, which is better? It's intellect and consciousness versus the mind. Which is better?
Yeah, if you use the mind, the bridge is going to collapse.
So the question is not really mind versus consciousness. It's actually mind versus intellect, because all the ideas are in intellect, aren't they?
Mind versus intellect on one part of the question. What about God versus karma on the second part of the question?
You see, the question, I think it's more like, the question is like, which is better, to completely devote oneself to God or not? This is
Okay,
like,
Will, for your sake and for everybody's sake, let's get into the depth of this question. Okay, somebody is living a life, and somebody says, "Oh, what do you mean by God's plan? God's plan doesn't work. You know what? I think it's my goal and my plan, and my life is in my hands." So
yeah,
that is one way of looking at it.
exactly.
And somebody else says, no, it's not in my hands because my karma is already done. And what can I do? My karma is already going to decide my life. And the third person says, no, but if I pray to God, if I pray and pray and pray and pray, then God will change my destiny.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? This is don't just go by the English of the question. Go into the depth of the question.
Yeah, the question is really, is it better to go via mind and ego or not? That's the question.
Is it better to go? Yeah, is it better to go by our mind and ego? Is it better to surrender to God? Is it better to accept the karma law? Is it better to use our buddhi, our intellect, and work hard? Or is it some combination? So this is the confusion, right? What is the best thing to do? And we have to get an answer.
Yes, sir. And I think the second thing is to learn from mistakes, because really that's the path. Of learning from mistakes. If you make mistakes.
Of course, you have to learn from mistakes. But see, we are good. I hope all of you have now got into the heat of the question. Anna, let's contemplate some more. Anna, for the sake of Will, I have given the whole explanation. What do you think, Sip Anna?
I bow down to Guruji.
Namaskar, sir.
Our plan, making ourselves, and
Yeah.
with the God's will and
Yeah.
God's surrendering,
Yeah.
the things will go. If you want to choose a job or a shop or anything you want to open, your will be there. But you are along the same, God should also be with you. God will work with you. Not God will not work for you. Okay, God can work for you, and our effort and God's work will give miracle. That is the thing. But also on the same time, the karma what you have done, that has to be eliminated by God's will and surrender. And also we should pray to the Gurujis for the enlightenment, and also the business if you are starting, we should go to the Guruji and pray to him that I am going to start this business. Bless me. Guruji will have a thought of our mind and everything. This will go. As your Guruji has told, stop the business, come to the enlightenment path, like that your Guruji told. Like that, we also has to go to the Guruji for everything. We have to surrender to him. Then the things will go. Even our karma is there. Guruji will say, this is not the way you should go. You have to come the other way. Like that, it will be defined.
Your answer is beautiful, but your answer is very confusing. But beautiful answer. All points you have covered. But we have to have a little bit clear. What you have given, you have covered all the points. Let us you try one more time to put it as very clear method.
Okay.
Your answer is correct. Your answer is 100% correct. But you put first idli, then sambar, then little chutney, then also little dosa. It's become little mixed.
Sari, everything has to come only, then only the miracles will
No.
happen, isn't it?
So your answer is correct. Just reapply how to put it, or it will come. But your answer is correct. Okay. Let us reply. But you were very good. What you have said is very good answer. Bliss. Let me hear some more people. We have got Bliss, Atmanand, and Bliko. Richani is second round. Bliss.
Swam
Yes.
here, Swam, everyone. Love you all. I think God is, I am God, you are God. So it's not harm, action, and reaction linked to karma with the grace of God, the guidance of Guru, and action to reaction that make no choice. So it's an amalgam of this.
Good. You're just like Anna, you're also mixing everything. But let us say very clearly.
Let us say the book you are the hero of your story. It's a book. When you turn the page, you choose, and the story change if you choose A or B on everything. So I think each day you take action, reaction of this, of that. So
very good.
It's
no, what you like say is very good. We have the answer, but now suddenly the question, everybody is getting into the answer. We'll Atmanand, good. Let's Atmanand.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
So after realization, there is no I and there is no God, right? So there's only one will.
So therefore, you should have some will, or you should not have any will.
No, there is only one will. There is no two will there, right?
Oh, no, very good. So what should you do then?
So there's nothing. See, you have a question to.
And what is okay? Wait. Then let me provoke you. Then what is that one will?
That one will is to live in surrender and accept whatever keeps happening. Right?
Beautiful. So now you're brought
before realization.
Continue.
No, see, I think before realization, if I have expectations, then I will have suffering. If I have acceptance, then I can live in eternal bliss. So when we are realized, then we see that there is only one will. There's nothing to choose actually.
And what is that one will?
I mean, that one will is the, what do you tell, right?
That is that we must know what is the will. There is a will.
Maybe that part I'm not getting.
No, you know it. You know the will. Does God want us to say that you should become a tech assistant of Donald Trump? That God wants you to say that you should become managing director of Ambani
Oh,
and
okay.
Adani?
Then that is the purpose, right? There's only one will or there's only one
Absolutely.
purpose. I got a little distracted. So that is to realize that, right? To
So God has a purpose.
realize, yeah.
Once we have got the purpose, then we should just, God has the purpose, so we just surrender to that purpose and do nothing.
No, right. We have to live to that, right? To live to in
So
that.
what must we do? We must have a will, or we must not have a will. We must tell karma, go to hell, or karma is involved, and will effort is required, will is required, or purpose is required, or bhakti is required. What is the equation?
No, I think once we realize, then everything falls in the place, and you don't have choice. That is what I feel actually. So you
You don't have
cannot.
choice.
Yeah, you won't have choice. You will be forced, or not a force. You'll be guided to walk only on that path, even if
You
you
always
deviate.
have a choice. You always have a choice. Keep in mind, you always have a choice. God always gives us a choice. Never believe that there is no choice. There's always a choice.
A choice to deviate also. Is it?
Yeah.
But after once you've realized, then you won't deviate, right?
Once you realize, the challenge becomes double.
I see. I need to
Because then
that.
then you're on the then you are on the video game.
Yeah, video games I know.
You have played. First
No,
it's
no,
very
I
easy,
played
no?
long back, long,
No,
long.
first okay. First it's very easy, no?
Correct. The
After you
level
go to
becomes
next level,
tougher.
after you become next level and next level and next level and next level, then what happens?
It becomes tougher.
Same video game is there. Even this life also is a video game.
I thought the other way around. As we move towards realization, things will become easier and easier, I thought.
After you finish complete crossing the peak.
Okay.
Not realization. After you have completely, you're sorted, dusted, done.
So then, in your words, that would be after God realization. Is it?
After you have become a Satchidananda Atma, after Jivan Mukta, after Buddh, after Sit Pragya, then you are completely in consciousness. Then what do you do? In that state, you know the answer. What do you do? It all depends what state you are in. If you're a normal man, then you cannot just surrender because you have to put effort. A normal man needs to put his effort. When is it that you don't have to put any effort, you know?
I think that's what you showed me, that poster, right? Ladi or something, right? Living as a
Yeah,
divine instrument.
exactly. The minute you become Ladi, then you don't have, then you are not in charge of your actions.
And on a
So
lighter note, to Anna, I wanted to tell him that you don't go to the guru to start a business, you go to stop a business.
No, he meant to say like that. Anna meant to say stop only, but he said start. You're right. Guruji, bless my business. Okay, Bliko. Let me see what. Thank you, Atmanand. Let me see what Bliko has brought to bring to the table.
Shivam, love you, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So coming back to the question, God's plan better or our plan better? So that question is inherent with many other questions. Like it came in mind, who is God? Then if you are talking about God, who is God? When you are talking about our, then who am I? And the third is a plan. What is plan?
Very good. Excellent. Continue.
So with this dissection of this question, we come to the know that we must know first who is God. Then we should know who am I. And that this leads to our progress in spirituality.
Beautiful
and we become
answer.
mumukshu.
Beautiful answer. Now explain. So therefore, when you know who is God and who am I, then what is the plan according to you?
The duality is gone. Now karma is related to my ego and mind, right? So I know very clearly, if I am in mind and ego, karma will take place and everything will go according to that. And then I will get, in a bhoga yoga, and you will never progress. Because there are so many attachments. Like we are talking about 10 detachment, but we have hundreds of attachments. So first we have to come out of that. So God has given very good gift is intellect and the freedom to do agami karma, the present choice, like you said, you choose this or that, good or bad. That with using that intellect and with the help of Guru, you can make your plan to get rid of this karma business
So you got
and
very,
get
very,
enlightenment.
where you got a
So
very, very,
for that,
yeah.
you need lot of commitment. Number one, you have to be in yoga. So like you said, in the beginning, it is very, very hard, looks very hard. As you progress, you get the glimpse of happiness and glimpse of, that progress, and you get detachment from the many things. And then slowly, your plan is getting more clear. And once the plan is completely clear, like you said, all the jigsaw puzzles are there and your ignorance is gone. You get clear picture and your plan is to get enlightenment become more and more clear. And that should be our plan. So
put it
it is
together.
not God's plan or plan, because it is my own progress is important. And that is using intellect, the gift of God, we can choose the plan. Otherwise, we go
So
back.
tell me, so according to you, if you have already awakened, who is God and who am I? So speak from your point of view. Don't. So your point of view, you're saying, I am not I.
Correct.
God is Sip. So
Correct.
which plan is better? The plan of your God or the plan of you, the enlightened ego, or the plan of Sip? Which plan is better?
With the grace of God and guidance of Guru, my plan, if I work on it seriously and I make it commitment, that plan will work. So there is no question of my or God.
Very beautiful.
It is
But
my own.
Bliko has given complete chamak to the answer. Complete. Bliko has completely answered the question in consciousness. See how beautifully he analyzed? Very beautifully. What is God's plan? What is my plan? And then what is this plan? God, I plan. But little bit more, if you go forward, we will get the answer little bit better. Ahem Atma. And
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Tell
Sir,
me.
most of our discussions are based on Advaita. Myself and Sip are one, almost in this forum. Whether it is a dualistic approach or Advaitic approach, let us forget about it for a moment. I want to express my views on it actually. God sometimes upsets our plan to execute his plan actually. His plans are always best actually. From God's point of view and karmic point of view, from both the point of view, I want to substantiate my reply actually.
Yes.
I think a very small story, maybe 8 lines or something like that. Once a mother and a child, this story might be known to all actually. Once a mother and a child went to a shop actually. Shopkeeper told that 4-year-old child, baby child, to take a handful of chocolates from his shop. That child has refused to take the chocolates. Mother was very happy. When somebody is giving the chocolates, her daughter is refusing, she was very, very happy. That shopkeeper was continuously asking child to take the handful of chocolates. That child was continuously refusing. Then the shopkeeper told that 4-year-old child, no, I'm only asking you to take the handful of chocolates. Now, since you are refusing, I will give you in my hands. Like that, the shopkeeper told that child. Then all of a sudden, the child has agreed to take the chocolates. When both the mother and the child came out of the shop, that mother asked that child, first I was very happy you have refused to take the chocolate from the shopkeeper. All of a sudden, you have made me in such a position. I was happy about you. Why you have accepted? First you refused and then you have accepted. Then the child told, shopkeeper, when he said in the first instance, you please take the handful of chocolates, I refused, Amma. But when he said, I will give out of my hand, then I accepted. Then what a reason why you have accepted in the second instance, the mother asked. The little child told, if I have accepted to take the chocolates when he has first offered me, only the little chocolates would have come from my little hand if I have taken. Since he has told that, I myself, I will give it from my hand. I have got huge chocolates, a lot of chocolates I have given. I am just want to compare this with our discussion now. I have some plan in my life. God is having some plan in my life. If that be the case, we should have the wisdom of this child that if God is going to give me as compared to my plan of getting what I wanted, actually I need to work. Without work, there is no free lunch in this world. I accept that. The karma, to do karma, whether it is a good or bad, in this stage, from the stage of sip, I will do my work. Sim to this whatever, if he gives, if he gives, that shopkeeper is like a god. If he gives, I will get plenty. Therefore, we should leave everything to the will of the God, rather than expecting anything from our side. Do our duty and leave it to the God like that. In this case, I want to tell you one thing. God sometimes upsets our plan to execute his plan. His plans are always best for us, actually. From karmic point of view, I wanted to say something. Karmic point. God is upsetting my plans. Certain catastrophe is happening. Some diseases are coming into my life. God has given me an intellect. What can be changed, I will change it. What cannot be changed, I will accept it. If it is unacceptable, I will remove myself from the unacceptable. If I have God has given me the freedom, the choice, what we were discussing now, that choice to discriminate between what can be changed, what cannot be changed, what is unbearable or very difficult to manage, I will remove myself from the unacceptable. Ultimately, my reply here in this forum is, God's plan is always better, and ultimately जो होता है अच्छा के लिए होता है, जो होगा वो भी अच्छा के लिए होगा. Therefore, all for good, and God's plan is better than our plan. It's a SIP plan, is a master plan. Yeah.
What you say is very good. What you say is amazing. But when you reach this level, Aham Atma, when we come to the level of the Zoom call, then what Bliko said is also something you need to contemplate. Who is God? What is God's plan? Who am I? So we need to have the clarity. Then the answer will be slightly more. What you're saying is 100% right, 200% right before awakening. But after you are enlightened, the question comes, what is God's plan? I'm asking a question. So question, God has different plan for Krishna, and God has different plan for Shiva, and God has different plan for Aham Atma. No. What you say is very, very good in the journey to come up to this point. When you're coming up to this point, what you said is 100% correct. But we reach a point to ask the question what Bliko analyzed, who is God? What is God's plan? Is God's plan and my plan different? What am I? I am nothing. So then what is the end of the story? Very interesting. I thank you for having such a varied interest. But let us quickly, because very beautiful answers. Even what Aham Atma Krishna has given, very deep answer. So much effort, so many stories. Siba and Siri. I want to hear from Siba and Siri.
Pranam Guruji, and thank you for everything, Guruji. Guruji, everything is according to the law of karma. To walk on the path of the realization, Guruji, we need lot of efforts. But with the help of a guru and with the help of using our intellect, we can overcome it. But if we contemplate a lot on that, Guruji, ये intellect देने वाला कौन है? ये प्रभु है. फिर then again, if you contemplate, ये breath देने वाला कौन है? That is also Prabhu has gifted us. Then one step also we cannot move ahead with the help of his permission. So Guruji, we can overcome by doing our efforts. But everything according to the God's plan is better. Man proposes and God disposes, Guruji.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Very well said. Siri, what you're saying is very emotional. We have to get to an answer. We have 28 minutes.
Shivaham Guruji.
Shiva.
After coming to this call, we have to realize first who am I. Then once you are realized that you and God are one, then there is no God's plan and our plan. It is only one plan. So it is only SIP's plan, and we have to live as LRD.
And then?
After coming to this call, because we have to realize that we are SIP.
We have to,
once we are realized,
correct.
there is no two. So there is no, till we come to this call, until then all those stories and all. But once we have realized that there is no karma, because once you are realized, where is the karma? So karma question also gets dissolved here. So you are realized, so there is no karma. So soul is SIP, IS. Everybody is SIP. So only SIP is there. So we will work as a LRD and do. And we have to always be in that yoga state, always. We should not, after enlightenment also, we should not lose his hand. Because again, we should not come into Boga like that. We should always be and with him in yoga.
Okay, good. So, that is Sri Premchand ji. Premchand ji, bataiye.
Shivam Gurudev.
Shivoham.
We come to this earth with 4 points: Man, Buddhi, Chit, Ahankar.
Haan.
Slowly we develop, we grow up. Then we act as per mind plus intelligence. That is, and byproducts are selfishness, ego development, self-interest, etc. All of a sudden, the thought comes, Sat Chit. Where does this come from? Sat Chit Anand. Sat Chit comes from the God's grace. That's why it does not come in each and every mind. It comes very rarely, as you say, 0.0001%. Why does not it come to all? It comes by grace of God. So God is the only main person, main thing, that He is always right and He is always correct, and by grace of God, you are on the path. So one should always say for each and every result, thank you very much, God. So God is great and God is great. But this thought comes when comes. It is according to your past karma, this such it comes in your mind. Otherwise, it does not come in all the human beings. Your life is unity with God. But how many persons know unity with God? Only the God's grace. So God is always right, and that's why once Rajneeshwar said, there is a saying, God supposes, man disposes. जबकि वो कहता है कि उन्हें man supposes, God disposes, मगर वो कहता है कि नहीं, saying उल्टी होना चाहिए. Man supposes, God supposes, man disposes. God चाहता है आपको आत्मा परमात्मा मिले, और आप अपने में बिजी रहते हैं. आप परमात्मा में नहीं जाते, आप अपने में बिजी रहते हैं. रजनीश कहता है आदमी उल्टा काम करता है. परमात्मा ने तो आपको उससे मिलने के लिए भेजा है.
हाँ, तो परमात्मा ने एक पर्पस के लिए हम सबको भेजा है. हम सबको भेजा है.
सब उससे मिले, मगर आप नहीं मिलना चाहते.
हाँ, लेकिन कोई समझता है मुझे लड्डू चाहिए, कोई समझता है मुझे पराठा चाहिए, कोई समझता है मुझे और कोई समझता है मुझे रोल्स रॉयस गाड़ी चाहिए, कोई समझता है मुझे रोलेक्स वॉच चाहिए. तो प्रभु कैसे मिलेगा?
प्रभु कैसे मिलेगा? सीधी सादी बात है. इसलिए प्रभु ने तो आपको मिलने के लिए भेजा है. इसलिए रजनीश ने इस बारे में तो बिल्कुल ठीक कहा था कि सेइंग उल्टी होना चाहिए. मतलब गॉड सपोजेस, मैन डिस्पोजेस, ये होना चाहिए सेइंग कि परमात्मा तो चाहता है कि मुझसे मिलो, मगर आदमी कहता है कौन मिले परमात्मा से, मुझे तो रोल्स रॉयस चाहिए.
ओके, गुड. वी आर टुडे सब जोश आ गए, सब लोग जोश में आ गए. ललिता, थैंक यू प्रेमचंद जी. ललिता एंड चित्रा कृष्णा. ललिता, चित्रा, कृष्णा. शिवोहम.
What I feel is, till I become self-realized, I'll be driven, my plan will be driven by my desires or compulsions in the family or surroundings.
Excellent.
So as I progress, I will have that acceptance. If my what I plan is not going through, I'll accept it because that is God. I take that as God's will if it doesn't go through. As I become self-realized, I'll have no plan of my own because it'll be only God's plan, and I'll
Beautiful.
totally.
And
That is
then
what I.
beautiful. And then then what
Then
will happen?
it'll be only. I'll have no my plan. Whatever happens, I'll take it as His will.
Okay, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. We have got, thank you, Chitra, Krishna, Ethru, and Rajananda.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
First of all, what is this world? If we look a little deeply, then this Paramatma is only playing this, making a fool of himself. Like
Making a fool of himself.
Himself means he's playing. He's playing. He's
हाँ.
playing the drama.
So,
And because परमात्मा की मजबूरी है कि वो अपने स्थिति से नीचे उतर नहीं सकता. And that we are
don't,
also the same.
Chitra, why you're making some statements like this? Halfway I'm interrupting you. But okay, tell your full. परमात्मा का कोई मजबूरी नहीं है.
मजबूरी मतलब परमात्मा cannot come down to the level of this Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara and all. Paramatma will remain always Paramatma. And
so,
other than Paramatma, nothing exists. We have been telling every time and again. So,
okay,
so when he is only playing this, first of all, when he is playing the role of a Jiva, then the purpose of life is to realize that God is only, SIP is the ultimate. So in that direction, our effort will be, and God will also guide us in that direction. That will be the first step. But once we are realized, then it is only a drama which is going to be played. So in the drama, whichever role we have been assigned, that role has to be played well. And all the rules and regulations have been already laid down in our Sanatan Dharma. So we have to follow that and then play the game.
But you're not answering the question. God's will,
yes.
Our will. Which is better? Stick to the point.
Always God's will is only happening. This should be kept in our mind.
And our will?
Nothing is happening according to our will. Everything is happening according to God's will. Even when we are in the Jiva state, all our desires are not fulfilled. Even if we desire, it is not fulfilled because God is taking us in one direction. Direction is towards Himself.
Okay, very, very deep we are going. So many people are in Samsar, so many people are in Satchidanand, so many people are going up and down. Krishna, let me hear what Master Krishna has got to say.
Sir Shivoham, sir,
Shivoham.
when we start all this spirituality and duality, because I remember one line which you have said, there is nothing tomorrow which I and you, Prabhu, cannot do together, something like that.
Correct.
We had written
Correct.
also. We
So
started
30 years back. 30 years back.
Yeah. So you said, let my will be, then the progress, let my will be thine, or your will. So we start that journey, and finally now the realization is every soul is Sip, or Atma hi Paramatma hai. So when you are in that subconsciousness, I think the will itself ceases to exist. There is no will other than realizing the Supreme.
This everybody cannot say. This everybody cannot say. Very few people have said it. See, my dear friends, even before we reach the end of the call, let me today interrupt. In normal 99% of this world, I want to say before we confuse further, let's just 99% of this world, there's my will and there's God's will. Then people who start searching understand there's no God's will. The people who go and talash what they know, my will and karma. Then there's no God's will. God says, don't come to me, my dear. जैसे करोगे वैसे पाओगे. If you pray, that also becomes a good karma. That prayer is another karma. It all comes back to karma. Then you cross over my will and karma, my will and karma. Then you realize, where's my will? My will is God's will. Because God and me are not separate. There's not dual. Prabhu's will is only one. So then you have to sing the song, Apne paas Prabhu तो मुझको ले लो, दुनिया की माया से मन मेरा भर गया है अपने पास. Oh Prabhu, free me from this my will. What my will? Who is this I? When I is not, and I am not I, then where is I? I don't have any will. I just have that mumukshutva. I have the deep longing. Ke Prabhu pana, bas Prabhu pana. That's all. Na. Prabhu pana, Prabhu pana. So Prabhu says, Prabhu is telling me as what? Prabhu is saying, वापस आ जाओ. Prabhu is saying, वापस आ जाओ. And we are saying, what are we telling? लागा चुनरी में दाग, छुपाऊं कैसे? चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे? घर आऊं कैसे? हाँ प्रभु. So you are saying, Prabhu, we are all so lost in this Maya, in this Leela, in this samsara. What are we going to? So finally, at the state of that, when you say, I am not I, where is my plan? And God has no plan. God only has a purpose. God's plan is God's purpose for us. You can call it a plan or you can call it a purpose. There's only one for the whole world. Because everybody is a manifestation of the Supreme. So this is the deep understanding of this. Such a simple question. Sometimes we start a Zoom call. Kya itna simple question hai? Today I will skip boring. No discussion goes boring at 8 o'clock. Every discussion is mind-boggling. Every discussion, and everybody wakes up with so many things. Starting like Shair started with saying, "Wahi." Bollywood will tell no, "Wahi hota hai jo manzoor khuda hota hai." If you start telling that, "Oh, I accept your will," whatever you say, without realizing, then you are a super failure. You are a super failure because you're abdicating. You're abdicating means you're not putting your effort because you're blaming God. When in reality, your ego is very much alive. Then how can you blame God when your ego is alive? Until you enlighten your ego, you cannot say you have surrendered. So very good. Thank you, Etsru. Thank you, Krishna. Etsru.
Yeah, Namaste Shivoham Guruji.
Yes.
Exactly what I was saying was God doesn't have a specific plan for each person. His purpose is the same for everyone in whichever form. What is involving us, differentiating us from him is the janam that we have taken, which has come out of some karma. And if I choose to work on myself to merge with the Supreme and be in that consciousness, obviously everything, the game will change. The way I deal with the karma, the way I'm guided will be a divine intervention, you know. So obviously it is divinity which is the powerful go-getter, and my consciousness at that stage will always let me proceed further to that path.
So therefore,
So that so it's the karma. It's the karma that is there's no God's will. Of course there's God's blessing, but the God's will is the same as for the whole universe, no, that we have to learn and come back.
What is God's will?
That we should pay off our karma and come back. I mean, like merge with the divine.
And what should be our will?
The same.
So therefore, there are two separate wills or one will?
But there's always two separate. Now we are not doing that now.
We are not doing because we are ignorant.
Yeah, we are too dwelled into the Maya.
Because
There's always an attraction.
Because we don't know who am I.
Yeah.
The person who is on the Zoom call and who realizes that God is Sip and I am the soul and I am Sip. If God is Sip and I am soul, I am Sip, then I am Sip, God is Sip, both are Sip. The will, there's no will.
Yeah.
There's no plan. There's no plan. It's all Maya.
Yeah.
It's all Leela.
These temptations, like today when we speak to you, were okay. Like one day we were off with you, supposing. There's so many disturbances in the mind and so much temptations. and
because
frustrations.
it's okay. I'm not saying that those disturbances won't come. But even like, when we were kids, we used to buy a toy. If you
Yeah.
punch that toy, the toy
Yeah.
will fall down. But after 5
Yeah.
seconds, the toy will come back up like this.
Yeah.
Hit me. It's called Hit Me. The toy is called Hit Me.
Yeah.
You punch that Donald Duck. The Donald Duck will go queen and queen. It'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to come back.
Yeah. Every day is an effort.
Ultimately, actually, effort till you cross over. Every day is an effort to climb the mountain till you reach the peak.
Yeah, because we've not tasted now. We are very happy with these temptations because we feel that's so relaxing, so happyful. We have
We
not
are
we can't get a
actually,
bonus realization like
we are ignorant. We are ignorant. No, every day you're tasting Satchidanand is call.
Yeah.
But even despite that, see, the biggest problem, how Bliko started the answering was very good. Who is God? Who is
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
When you and God become one, then the will is not two, it's only one will.
Yeah.
Suppose you have a husband and wife, both separate will. Husband's
Yeah.
will is separate, wife will is separate. If
Yeah.
husband and wife become one,
Yeah.
if husband says, I want tea, wife will say, okay. If wife
Yeah.
says, I want coffee, husband will say, okay.
Yeah.
That is very difficult to happen, but that is the way it will work. Otherwise, every marriage will have problems.
Yeah. But
So
when it
in life,
is the will, is it more to complete your karma, or like, see, one
there's no need,
reason is that
you don't have to complete karma. You just have to realize it's not my karma. You don't have to complete karma. You have to escape from karma.
Lovely.
You have to be free from karma. Rajananda, thank you, Ashru. We have 2 or 3 more questions quickly. Rajananda, Rumataji, Kamalji. And then we'll come back to Ashok Nichani.
Shivam, sir.
Sir.
Sir, what we say, my plan, God's plan, or karma's plan, these are all subheads of the one ultimate purpose, one ultimate Maya, जो भी है सर. तो उसी के ये samsaric, to be in the samsara, उसी के ये सारे subheads है sir. But now I can say that as an instrument of SIP or living as Ladi, we cease to be a separate identity from God. We cease to be planners. We are not planners as body, mind, and ego now. So God is the planner. He has to plan. He has the purpose. Whatever the purpose he has the purpose, and he is fulfilling his purpose through us.
So therefore,
when God and me are the same, तो ये planner और plan की बात कहाँ से आ गई? So
तो प्लान और प्लान की बात तब एक होगी जब हमें एहसास होगा ना. तो एनीथिंग न्यू यू आर एडिंग, आई एम मिसिंग, बिकॉज कभी कभी आप बोलते हैं कुछ डीप में कुछ पॉइंट आपका मिस हो जाता है. एनीथिंग न्यू यू वांट टू ऐड?
Because when one realizes that he is the SIP, so the plan, he should also realize that whatever is happening, it is happening because of the SIP. Because of SIP is the plan. Because of the SIP. अभी आप जैसे बड़ी बार बोलते हो कि मैं आप Zoom कॉल नहीं करते हो, Zoom ये SIP से हो रहा है, but you are the instrument of it is done by it is the will of SIP that Zoom call is happening daily.
Therefore, the key word you are saying is surrender.
Surrender.
Surrender is the key word. Thank you, Rajanand. So that was Rajanand, and then we have got Rumataji and Kamalji.
Pranam Guruji, Shivoham.
Boliye.
Guruji, my answer in one line is, if we obey our Guru and do according to his instructions, that is the answer.
अरे आपने इसको क्रिकेट में बोलते हैं गूगली मतलब आपने ऐसे घुमा दिया कि अगर गुरु का बात हम समझेंगे तो अपने आप हमें मालूम होगा. वी विल कम टू नो विद द गुरु दैट व्हाट इज माय विल, व्हाट इज गॉड्स विल. रूमाता जी ने सिक्सर मार दिया. कमल जी, थैंक यू. कमल जी. And after Kamal, we come back to Ashok, Bliko, and we'll close. Yeah.
Shivam.
We have 2 more.
Shivam, Guruji, Shivam.
Sure.
God's plan is that he wants everybody to become God.
Correct.
Only thing we bring our mind, ego, and all that thing, and we fail him.
Actually, God's plan is not everybody should become God.
No.
God's plan is only the ones who love him should become God. Not if God's Kamalji, if God's plan was everybody should become God, फिर इस दुनिया बंद हो जाएगी ना?
नहीं, दुनिया बहुत अच्छी हो जाएगी, स्वर्ग हो जाएगा।
नहीं नहीं, अरे सब लोग मुक्त हो जाएंगे, यहाँ पे कौन रहेगा?
नहीं, हम वो सब वही काम करेंगे, पर अच्छा काम करेंगे। फिर हमारा
ना
माइंड
ना ना ना,
हमारा
अगर
माइंड
नो यू
ईगो
नॉट
नहीं
गेटिंग द
रहेगा।
पॉइंट, यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द पॉइंट। अगर सब लोग मुक्त प्रभु को पाएंगे, पुनर्जन्म नहीं होगा। Prabhu wants all of us to seek him, and Prabhu wants that those who are true mumukshus, they must attain God. Okay,
I mean,
thank you.
He wants that we discover the SIP.
Yeah, but not everybody. Only true seekers. People in the Zoom call, they will attain. People who are not in Zoom call, how they will attain? How they will attain God?
Thank you.
Ashok Nichani, thank you, Kamalji. Ashok Nichani and Bliko. I saw two more people. Will, I think Will and one more person. Quickly, we have got time. Ashok Nichani, Bliko, Will, and what is the name of that number? The number. Yes.
Shivam Saji.
Shivam.
Saji, we are reborn with our past karmas carried forward.
Yes.
So God has given us a already pre-planned for our further life. He has given one more life to dissolve all our karmas.
Yes.
So God has written, pre-planned, and according to our karmas, He can change to rewrite the plan.
So
it depends on our karmas, what we do now.
Yeah, but if you realize the karma is not, if you are liberated from karma, then?
Sir, those pre-written plan can be rewritten by him according to our karmas.
Correct. Correct. But the rewritten is this. Rewritten means you are free from karma. If you are free from karma means you become one with Prabhu. That is the essence of today's call. Today's call, we must learn. First of all, we must learn to reach that level to realize God plan, my plan is only one. Second, we must evolve. All those who are not attending this call regularly, I am not the body, mind, ego. I should not have my plan. I should surrender to SIP. I should become Ladi. I should live as a divine instrument. For that, I should realize that I am a manifestation of SIP. It's a very deep subject. It's not so easy. I don't think that anybody and everybody can do it. Bliko and Will. Two more questions. That person is there? Okay, Bliko and Will.
So I was just thinking about birth and death. We contemplate on birth and death. Especially human birth is precious because it has intellect. So the importance of birth is for human being, because there only the chance of you getting liberated from this karma cycle. All other birth and death is useless because that's just go in circle. So when we contemplate on birth, it is happening because of our ignorance, right? And that ignorance separates us from, apparently not really, but it makes an illusion of separation from SIP. Once we drop this ignorance, the separation is automatically vanished and you become one with SIP. So then your purpose is solved. Actually, that is the purpose, and that is only possible with the spirituality, spiritual path with the guru in hand available. Otherwise, you just go in circle.
See, so that's why I understand how deep this whole subject is. This subject, it's not an answer. Today's subject is it's not a question to get an answer. What plan is better, God's plan or my plan? The question, very beautifully what you did, Bliko, you chopped the question. You did chutney. You took the question and you put in the grinder. What is
like
God's plan, my plan? You make a smoothie. You put orange also, you put papaya also in the smoothie, press the button. There is no orange and there is no papaya. It has become one orange papaya smoothie. So you have reached a situation, we have to be conscious. First, conscious, who am I? Second, conscious, I am not I. Third, conscious, I am SIP. Therefore, SIP has a purpose. And this purpose is for me to become one with SIP. And I have to realize this and seek SIP. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja. Mora Matai, I only need SIP. Only SIP on the lip. Then you can kill your will. You can kill your will. Will, don't kill me. Huh? You can kill your will and take the divine pill. You kill the will and take the divine pill, and you become one with Prabhu. Will, closing comment before we close.
Thank you very much. This has been one of the most interesting meetings. Maybe we should do it again. It's so important what the things you've covered.
Okay.
Also, you don't mind your question being reordered or smashed up. That's very good. Thank you very much. The thing I'm not sure if you've said which is better, but the question I think needs to be answered. Maybe you have, but what do you mean by better? I think by better we mean which is going to create no karma and which is going to create karma. Better means worse means you're creating karma. Better means no karma. I think that's the way you would define this question.
So we can keep on defining and redefining, but Will, the question is this. SIP has only one will, that all people must become seekers and try to attain God. And we must realize, I have nothing. Oh, I am nothing. I am nothing. I have nothing. I seek nothing. Therefore, this question, like you said, is a question that we should take back this question and contemplate. Don't get an answer. This question needs contemplation. Prabhu has only one will or purpose, that I should become one. And with this thought, if only we are able to contemplate on this, to give deep reverence to this point, that I and Prabhu are not separate. There's no Prabhu's will and my will separate. So I'm not going to drag this further. I would like all of you to get into deep contemplation. And tomorrow is Sunday. We can talk further. If you have any question on this subject, we can talk. With folded hands, I bow down to you.